I've taken time to study a number of business people, entrepreneurs, and creatives in this country, that is Kenya. I've taken time to study the likes of Capedo Photography, the best photographer in the country currently, and I've been asking myself questions like, if Capedo was once a state photographer, what made him shift his game to becoming a wedding photographer and attracting a certain caliber of clients? I've also taken time to study someone called MC Gogo. There are so many MCs in this country who MC in clubs, who MC in events. But MC Gogo, yes, he has been in the industry for a very long time. He blew up very recently, and he's been even traveling outside this country, doing great initiatives and doing great work as an MC. I've also taken time to study Benny Hinn Lubengo. There are so many people who speak, there are so many public speakers, but Benny Hinn Lubengo has been able to tap into the African and global space that even recently he was able to speak at TED Talks. And remember, when I was growing up, TED Talks was one of the biggest platforms as a public speaker you could be given. I've also taken time to study Bolo Bespok, the tailor, wanasemanga fundi ni mmoja. And there are so many tailors in this country. For the biggest or the longest time I've lived on this earth, I've only heard of Bolo Bespok very recently. And he came up to be dressing so many high-profile individuals. He has even dressed Mama Ida Odinga. He has dressed Akina Ogobina and other people who are doing great in this country. And I ask myself, there are so many tailors in this country. What distinguishes Bolo Bespok from the rest? I've also taken time to study someone called Damao Mobile Spares. Damao Mobile Spares sells spare parts for phones. And she runs a very huge conglomerate of business under the same name. Like, she sells spare parts across Nairobi, across this country. There are also many people who sell phone spare parts. But what differentiates Damao Spares with these people? And lastly, I've also taken time to study someone called Wambugo Apples. And she's a lady who sells apples. She has traveled to different countries. And while studying these people, I've been trying to ask myself, why is it that these people are able to do so great in these niches of their, or in these businesses that they're doing, and yet there are other people that are still doing the same business, but they're not doing very well? And today in this episode, I want to talk about something that someone told me about, that Derek, when you're growing up, you should stop targeting clients who can't afford your value. If we take someone like Capedo Photography, people are in the production niche. A camera is very expensive. You cannot take your 100,000, 200,000, invest in something and then start going for clients who will be paying you peanuts. So in this episode, I want to share with you why you should stop targeting clients who don't value your or who can't afford your value, or who don't value the work that you do, and how you can also study these people, pick a lesson from them, and then start targeting clients who will reciprocate the value of your investment. Because remember, the moment you are going to make an investment, what you are targeting is a return at the end of it. But you cannot buy something and it takes over a year and you have not made a return out of the things that you have invested in. So ladies and gentlemen, stay with me as we dive down into this topic. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly take a moment, hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy the episodes that we share in this podcast or in this channel, kindly let us know in the comment section. If you also have your views or any experience in the same topic that we're talking about today, let us know. How did you change your story? How are you able to get out of that small client personnel to attracting bigger fish in the industry? My name is Mavali Derek, and without much ado, let's dive right into it. So I'm going to term this as the 10K market, and I want to define to you what the 10K market totally represents. Let's say, for example, you have bought a camera at 300,000 Kenyan shillings. And the 10K market is where you go to these events, you're called for an event. Let's say you're charging 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 to cover the event. Then someone starts bargaining that money to something like 20,000 if you're given a 30,000. Or even let's say you are an MC and you're undercharging for whatever you are offering these people. You're doing a lot in that event, but you are undercharging for what you are offering. So the 10K market is this market that engulfs you in a space whereby that let me not charge a lot for me to attract many clients. But sometimes in life, what you need is you need 3 clients in a month, and these 3 clients can give you what 10 clients cannot give you in that same month. Now, you see, what happens with the most of these cheap clients is that, number one, they drain your energy. How do they drain your energy? You'll spend a lot of time trying to convince these people, to argue these people on the amount you are charging them for a particular service. The second thing is that they're going to waste your time. You trying to explain to them a lot is wasting also your time. Like, they don't value your time. They don't give you the value of your time. They don't reciprocate the value of your time. You are busy there trying to explain to them. And when you are explaining a lot to them, it means one thing: these people are undervaluing your expertise. Remember, you have taken time to learn, be it emceeing, be it videography, be it photography, even be it repairing of phones. You have taken a lot of time trying to learn this skill. You have spent money learning that skill. And if someone is not able to reciprocate or to appreciate the value you are offering, then there is no time for you to stay in this market. There is someone whom I was talking to, and he was telling me, I want to do events, but I'm going to buy things for events, and I'm going to target clients who are going to pay me. The least who is going to pay me is 100,000 Kenyan shillings for my service. And I was like, are you sure you're going to get these clients? And then he tells me, Derek, you know one thing: the moment you set your mindset to getting clients of 100,000, you'll get clients of 100,000. But if you're going to get set your mindset to get clients of 10,000, then you'll get clients of 10,000. So the clients of 10,000 are basically the clients who will drain a lot of your energy in you trying to give them what you're trying to offer. Yet you have spent a lot of time trying to learn this thing. And the reason why we beginners, or most of the beginners, fall into this type of trying to get quick clients is that we think money is something that comes when you undercharge or when you undervalue. That if I give this person a rate card that is lower, this person will get me more clients. But let me tell you one thing: you should not target 10,000 clients in a month or 10 clients in a month. Target 3 clients that month. And then these 3 clients can give you what the other 10,000 clients or 10 clients cannot give you in that month. This is the thing that I've learned when I was growing up, and also when I've been starting investing this journey. And you see, the investment mindset comes in very crucially when you're trying to build your business or your career or your portfolio in any angle of life. You see, the moment you are taking time to train, the moment you're taking time to learn any skill, these are long-term investments. A photographer can tell you that it will take him nearly 3 months or 4 months or even a year to perfect editing using Lightroom. As a videographer can tell you, it can take even 1.5 years, 2 years to totally understand Adobe Premiere Pro, to totally understand DaVinci Resolve. And you see, you cannot spend a lot of time learning these things for you to come and undercharge for whatever you have spent time to learn. Remember, time is the biggest currency in this world, even before money. So while you're going to price for your skills and experience, try to gauge yourself and understand, how much have I spent in learning whatever I'm going to charge? So that if I'm going to come up with a rate card, you see, for instance, let me give an example. I'm also a graphic designer, and there are so many graphic designers. Okay, and there are graphic designers who will charge someone 500 shillings for a poster. But I can tell you one thing: I charge 5,000 shillings for a poster and I get clients. Why? Because I've built my mindset or my investment capacity to attracting clients of that value. So that equipment that you have is not your value. The equipment that you own is not your value. Whatever you're charging is not the equipment. Whatever you're charging is the skill. You can literally hire out a camera at 1,000 shillings and be fine. At 2,000 and be fine. But the skill set of operating that camera is what matters. You can give someone something and that person does a shoddy work. But you can take the same gadget and go do a perfect work. So the skill set is what matters. When trying to gauge your charges for any investment, don't charge based on the equipment. You can buy a camera at 30,000, at 50,000, but you cannot charge because you bought that camera at 30,000 and say, charge him say 30,000, I'll have returned the money I bought this camera with one event. No, you're not charging for the camera. You're charging for the skill set to operate that camera. I was reading in a book, and also someone told me the same story, that there is this ship that was stuck in the ocean, and then they called so many engineers to come and operate, and people, they could not get the problem. So one guy comes, he takes a hammer, he hits a place, he removes the chain, and then the train starts, the ship is back to normal. So the guy charges these people $10,000, and then they ask him, hey, you just hit one thing, why are you charging $10,000? Then this guy tells them, I'm not charging $10,000 because I used your hammer or I used a hammer to hit that thing. This is how it comes. I'm charging you this because, number one, I knew what to hit, when to hit, and where to hit it. So the 3 things amount to 10,000. And these guys paid him that money because who knew that they were to hit this knob and who knew where they were to hit this knob, and who knew when to hit this knob. So don't charge people because of the equipment. Charge people because of the skill set. Now, you need to target the 100K market, okay? And if you're going to target the 100K market, I want you to study Kapedo photography, or you go study MC Gogo. What you need to build, number one, is a portfolio. You need to build a very strong online brand whereby people can come and see what you do. Kapedo is basically, and you also need to niche it down. You cannot be a jack of all trades. I've not seen someone who has just niched it down to being a graduation photographer in this country. Kapedo has niched it down to being a wedding photographer. And he does it so perfectly that he charges you 40,000 for 4 pictures, or even I think it's 20,000 for 4 pictures. These 4 pictures that he charges at 20,000, there are people who charge 150 shillings for 1 picture. So for the 4 pictures, how much is that? So you need to ask yourself, if this guy is charging 4 pictures 20,000, why is he doing this? So you need to build a very strong online brand. You need to build an online portfolio whereby if someone goes to this portfolio, sees the work you've done, he's like, even if this guy is charging me 100,000 for this event, he's worth charging this thing. The second thing is you need to position your brand as premium, visually and through service delivery. Nowadays, social media has made it so very simple. You don't need to go through a lot of things to get things done, okay? Just position yourself like Ben Hino Albengo was telling us that stop calling yourself funny names on social media like Sujui Smasha, Mwende, Sujui whatever and all that. What you need to do is this. Name your brand or name your social media platform as per your brand, and then maintain the consistency of posting what you do on that page. Because this is where someone will go and see this guy is doing premium work. At the moment you're starting to do premium work and people are seeing it visually, someone will easily hire you. MC Gogo takes time to record videos, MCing, DJing with Akina DJ Munge and DJ Daffy, and he gets gigs even in Dubai, and he's paid a lot of money. And it's not because he's wasting a lot of time. No, he knows the value of visually trying to put your product out in the market. Dama Mobile Spares also knows this thing. Also is Ketu Ambugu. They take time in producing content and putting it visually out there. Because if someone says this is what this lady does, it will be easy for them to trust and get them to do something for them, no matter how much they charge. The last thing you need to do when you're trying to reach the 10K market, or not the 10K market, sorry, but the 100K market, is you need to learn the language of value and outcomes. You need to learn how to negotiate as a high client individual. You cannot sit in a table where people are talking of 100,000 and you're coming to talk about 50. No. You're meeting a client, the client asks you, how much will you charge me for this event? And then you're like, I'll charge you 10,000. And the client wanted to pay you 100,000. No, you tell him, sir, I'm coming for this event. I'll come with what I'm coming this event is I'm not just coming to take photos. I'll edit for you these photos. I'll take premium photos. I'll also have a videographer who will capturing videos for you in real time for this event. And these videos will be edited into a short documentary, sir. At the end of it also, you'll not only get quality premium photos from us, but you'll also get quality premium videos from us. We'll also create for you a photo album that will also come with this package. I'm charging you 100,000 because I've done this, this, and this. Like, you totally break it down, clearly communicated to people so that people can understand why you are charging that thing. So you need to learn the language of value and the language of outcomes, not the language of bargaining. Most of us spend a lot of time learning how to bargain than learning how to negotiate. We should learn how to negotiate rather than learning how to bargain. The other thing that has really played a key role in these people building the brands they have built is their personal stories. And you need to share a personal story about undervaluing yourself. You see, mostly when you check your stories, that is how you are able to gauge where you're going to need. You need to explain to yourself how to shift to the higher value client will change your life. And the moment you are able to tell yourself the personal story that you want to tell yourself, you'll be able to attract the clients that you want to attract at that level. As a business owner, as a service provider, as a creator, as anybody in the industry trying to make a living out of what you're trying to do, number one, learn how to communicate. Number two, learn the value of your skill. Number three, charge according to your skill. And number four, always deliver to what you have promised. Don't build a story of bargaining. Build a story of negotiation. Target the 100K client. Stop targeting the 10K clients. Yes, they come with quick money, but now let me tell you, the quick money ends fast. You need someone who can give you a gig that will make you a lot of money at once. This does not only apply to us in Kenya, but it also applies to everybody in this world. If you're doing something, try position yourself in a position of getting people who are at a higher value. For instance, I can tell you that coming in 2026, I'm targeting to bring to you amazing, most powerful guests, people who have value, people who have information on this podcast, so that you can learn from them, because here we are wiring our minds from inside out. If you like this episode, let me know in the comment section. And also, if you have not yet subscribed, kindly take a minute and subscribe on this channel. You can also take your time, study those guys. I've studied Kapedo, I've studied Abeni, MC Gogo, amongst other people, and try and understand how are they able to attract the high value clients and high gigs that they are able to attract, and what can you do as a creator, as a creative, as a businessman, as a business person, to also attract such level of clientele. Till we meet again, have yourselves a lovely day.